This time on the Random Junk Channel's laboratory, we're out of the laboratory because I got this big Santa Stop Here sign that's not working. And I was asked to repair it and maybe modify it a little bit. After going through it, here's the bottom. I think part of the reason it doesn't work is right there. We got two sets of exposed wires that are most likely touching each other. We have an access panel right here that has a screw. And you can see some of these joints, they're not quite lined up, they're not clicking together. The colors don't even match on the edges as far as alignment. It's falling apart. This is from an outside display. I'm not going to plug it in at the moment because it's 120 volts. I think that hole there is supposed to be either a missing plug of fiber optics or it's a sensor. Won't know till we open it up. Actually, no, it looks like fiber optics. And then here's the plug. And of course the top's not lined up either. And then there's wires that go up inside this top, but there's nothing up here that lights up. And it's dirty because this is an outside piece. And since Christmas is coming fast, I'm going to take this thing apart, see what makes it work and why it's not working. So, stay tuned. Okay, open this up and removed this box, which is the power supply. Here you go. 12 volts AC output, and right now it's putting out 14.88. That's because there's no load on it. Here's the cable. I separated it, but nothing is lighting up in the sign. So now it's time to take the top off and see if maybe it's just a burned out bulb. If it is, we can repair these wires, tuck them in correctly, since we do know that the power supply is functioning like it's supposed to. So I'm going to put this down and get the sign off. Okay, I took the top of the pole off, which is right there, and I actually started taking the entire thing apart so I can realign all the spacers. There's a screw, which I just unscrewed, make it a little faster. It's a number 1 Phillips. And this has a little 12 volt light bulb that is really corroded. Jeez. No, that's because it's outside. So this is probably the culprit, or it's that broken wire. So I'm going to take this out. Then we're going to go test on a bench and see if this thing actually lights up. And if it doesn't, I have another idea. So let's go get this thing onto the bench. My bench is a little cluttered, but here's the bulb. And I have my power supply at 4.5 volts. We got nothing. There we go. There we go. So actually the bulb's good. It is full of corrosion. And I think the corrosion on these pins and the corrosion in that socket is my problem. So I'm going to clean them off with some alcohol, and then we're going to fix those wires, and then we're going to test it again. So back to the cell phone footage. The bad section of wire has been replaced, and you can see it works. Now up in here, you can see it, there's a pinwheel. See it moving? So now I'm going to put the light back in. I'm going to unplug it so it's not so hot. And we're going to put the pinwheel in and then take a look. Or excuse me, put this back in to engage the pinwheel and then take a look. Yes, I know the cage, the retaining cage isn't on here. I just want to test it and make sure that it works in its place. Things are a lot easier to do when you have 2 hands. Now let me put the cage on, because I think once I snap it in, it's going to stay. So, one moment. It's back together. It's also correctly, I had the door 90 degrees off. So you can see it is actually on, and it is changing colors. So I'm going to reassemble the pole and actually put it together correctly, because it's not correct. This one right here, this spacer, actually goes there, and this spacer goes here. They're backwards. Probably this section of pole was put on upside down. So I'm going to unplug it, rerun the wires, and then we'll give it another final test fully assembled. And this would be a really quick repair. Just a broken wire and a corroded socket. And then here is the repair. I cut out about 3 inches of wire, soldered them together, and then put insulation on each, and then put insulation around the whole thing, heat shrink insulation, to help keep it resistant to Mother Nature. Here we go. There it is, all back together, and the stripes match all the way around. And you can see the sign is slowly changing colors. Look at that. Just like it's supposed to. All the fiber optic holes are showing light, except for the one broken one, which glows backwards, as you can see. But, yeah, she is back together. So it was pretty simple. It was a wire repair and a corroded bulb socket. You can see how intense that bulb is. It is making everything glow. So, and then this piece here just slides off, and you can see it's got a notch right there, locks it in place. So the 3 things wrong with this is you got it used and put in as a display this year is bad socket in the light, which is in here, broken wire in the base down yonder, and that this section was put on upside down since they're numbered. This is numbered 5, 6, 4, 3, 2, 1. The adapters are labeled as well, and this one was upside down. The 4 was inverted, and the adapter was knocked out and switched from with this adapter to that adapter. So there you go. That one's a quick and simple repair, and that is the sign. Santa, stop here. Thanks for watching. Till the next one.